Yeah, so we were quite pleased to find out Delaney's wasn't as serious as we first thought, so he should be back in the next week or two, and he's actually out running at the moment. We've got Wildig as well with a minor grade hamstring. He's also back running as well, so should be back. And then lucky enough, Gibbo's wasn't that bad on against Blackburn, which we thought could have been quite a nasty one. So luckily he'll be back as well in the next couple of weeks. We've just got the long-term one with John Abik, who's just started his rehab back with us after surgery.
And the surgery itself was successful?
Yeah, so that was a success. We're still working with the surgeon at the moment with his post-op rehab plan for the first couple of weeks. He's still partial weight bearing on crutches, so we're just working with him with some of the little exercises we can get on with and move progressing as we once we get the okay off the surgeon.
And in terms of road to recovery for Delaney and Gibbo, how long is it looking?
So we're looking at next week for them joining back in. So hopefully in the next sort of week to two we'll see them up for selection for games again, which is great compared to what we actually saw with the mechanism, especially Delaney and Gibbo.
Yeah, it looked a bad one with Gibbo. I mean, he had to have his shirt cut off in the dressing room afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Les wasn't happy about that. Yeah, so I think he got wedged between Yockel and one of their strikers, and that sort of like compressed both of his shoulders together, which has caused a nasty little. We thought it'd be quite a nasty tear, but actually it turned out it wasn't that bad. So we're just dealing with his pain at the moment. As soon as that sort of settles down, we can start progressing him.
And in terms of Delaney's injury, that also seems relatively innocuous.
Yeah, when we actually originally saw the mechanism, we thought this could be quite nasty. But then once we got the scan, it wasn't near as bad as what we thought it'd be, and we could actually start with his rehab a lot earlier than we thought.
Not too bad. Obviously, better news on what we first thought. Still a bit sore, like, but hopefully I'll be back in the grass next week sometime.
And back into contention for the games in about 2 weeks.
Hopefully, I'm hoping even before that. I'm hoping to try and get back for next Saturday, but we'll just see how we go in the next week or so.
And I said to Ollie, it looked quite serious at the time. Obviously, we had to cut the shirt off, much to Les's disapproval, I'm sure. But yeah, really good signs.
Yeah, I've got a bit stick this week for being a bit soft, but to be fair, I heard a crack. I heard a crack when it first happened, so I thought it was a bit worse than it actually is. So now that I'm pleased I'll be back in contention in the next couple of weeks.
Been in the gym this morning, obviously working with Ollie, and I'm sure you got some video footage of that, have you, Matt?
Indeed.
Good. And they're all coming out now. These two are ready to do some ball work, field-based work. So they're going to do some running, they're going to do some ball work, and they'll finish with some quite hard running as well. The fitness levels haven't dropped very much. They've only both of them been injured for a week, 10 days, but the fitness levels are still quite high. We just need to top them up, really, in preparation for when they go back in with the manager, which for these two should be next week, and then the manager will have them available for probably next Saturday's game. That, I've just taken him around for a nice jog just to
been on the bike?
Oh, yeah, I know that, but just one lap round.
What, all the way up there?
Yeah, all the way around the whole pitches, please. So as is in charge, as you can see, because he's a senior pro, so he'll bully Ryan into doing what he wants to do. Delaney was very good, so we expected him to be a higher grade injury to his medial ligament, the way he landed in the game versus Ipswich, but quite nicely they saw he was only a grade 1. Gibbo, even though he's a grade 1 AC joint, which is a acromioclavicular joint, which is one on the bone at the corner here, he's in quite a lot of pain, as you can probably see. He can't do very much with the arm. There's a lot of bone bruising there. We have him scanned, and the good thing was there was no disruption to the joint, so that means the joint's still in situ. It's not damaged in any way, it's not moved, but again, there's still quite a lot of swelling around the bone, in the joint itself and in the ligaments around the bone. So even though it's a grade 1, they don't settle very quickly. Shoulders, as you know, if you've ever had a shoulder problem, do take the time, and they are quite uncomfortable. And Gibbo's in the stage now where he's in quite a lot of pain at the moment, and the aim is now to get him down so that he can start running again. As soon as he can start running again, we'll move into contact as soon as we feel he's available to do that.
Any comments on his having his shirt cut off? He said he got a bit of stick for that.
Did he have a shirt cut off, did he?
He did.
I didn't know, I wasn't there, was I? I go back to the side of the pitch at the time, so I can't go and see what happens in the dressing room. But I know Ollie took him in the dressing room and the doctor dealt with him, so I think the doctor probably cut the shirt off, is that correct?
Yep.
Right, yeah, which is fair enough, because again, if you've got a fracture in your clavicle or a problem with the joint itself, you better be careful, safer than sorry, so that's why they'll have done that. But like I say, he was in quite a lot of pain overnight, and still is.
La Liga starting this weekend, Squizzer.
Real football's back.
Not too bad, yeah. Hamstring feels good. Just not running after a while. Week of not running, yeah. Feel alright. Tendonitis a little bit, that's all, but that's just 'cause I'm not running it. It leads off in a bit, like.
26, 27.
Yeah, a bit gutted. I used to play for Shrewsbury as well, so it would have been a nice game to have been involved in against a former club, so.
41, 42,
But
43.
wasn't to be. I've got to go. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's good and it's needed. Just keep it tipping over until we return to training, just to make sure that we don't break down. But yeah, it keeps it fresh every day, so it's always good.
And the performances recently, and obviously getting back to the Mazuma on Saturday, just whettens that appetite to get you back as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The lads have done great so far, and they work really hard every day, and the results and performances have shown that.
You get to do that, you deserve a present. Close anyway.
I had to go for a bit of swaz, didn't you? No, where are you going? Oh, I thought you were going to do it. Got to go for a bit of outside the foot. I'll tell you what!
Not much swag,
Get to
was
do
it?
though, didn't it, when it left your foot?
Have a chance, have a chance. Get to do.